We have a couple of Ugandan Americans who have purchased real estate in the United States, and over the course of 3 years, their properties have appreciated to over 200,000 US dollars or 300,000 US dollars. And that is money that they can pull out of their properties and bring and invest in Uganda. My goal is to educate as many people as possible so that they can also do the same thing and come and invest in Uganda. The reason I'm doing this is because I want people empowered through education so they can lift themselves and become wealthy, just as the Chinese have done with American real estate and the Europeans have done with American real estate. Somebody may ask, what are the benefits of investing in American real estate? Number one, there's no barrier to investing in real estate in America. Anybody can do it. Even if you're in Uganda, you're in Kenya, in Tanzania, anybody can invest in real estate. The second benefit is access to financing. So anybody who has any amount, it can be $10,000, it can be $50,000. Typically, you will need to bring 25%, and then you'll access 75% capital. I'll give you an example. Somebody who has 50,000 US dollars can either come from a SACCO or a group of people where people pull money together, and you can bring that to a private lender in the United States, and they'll give you an additional 150,000 US dollars. You'll take that amount, buy a property that's selling for 200,000, and be able to also access money to fix the property. So a private lender will also add money to the $200,000 you have to fix a property. In this example, let's say fixing or rehabilitating the property is going to cost $100,000. Now, the 100,000 added to the 150 brings you to 250,000 US dollars. Just by having 50,000 that you maybe pulled money together with friends or family. Now, real estate in the United States of America appreciates over time. It's been known to appreciate at least 5% every year. So if you buy a property for 200,000, fix it for an additional 100,000, you may be able to sell it for 400 to 500,000 US dollars. And this is within a space of 3 to 6 months. So ideally, you're walking away with $100,000 to $200,000 of profit that you can either reinvest in the United States or you can bring back into Uganda and do marvelous things with. The other benefit you have is the ability to visit the property you buy in the United States. For investors that know about the EB-5 visa program, people who invest capital up to even $1 million can access this visa to visit their property, visit their businesses, and be able to touch physically the properties that they've purchased. Now, some of the challenges that we are facing, number one, it's trust and building credibility. Because there are some businesses that have existed in Uganda whereby people have been duped of their money. I know some people call them bafere. But my advice, especially to the youth, even for an opportunity like this, is to do your due diligence and make sure that in any real estate transaction that you do, you always involve a real estate attorney or a lawyer. And we also encourage you to come with your own, who can look at the opportunity we have with the attorney that we have in the US so they can speak their language and make sure that what you're buying actually exists. Our due diligence process has not just only me, but a few individuals involved. So you have myself, you'll have 2 attorneys, one in Uganda, one in the United States. You'll have a home inspector who's working for you and not me in the United States as well. You'll also have an appraiser, somebody who's going to look at the property that you're buying and make sure that it's actually valued for what you're buying. You don't want to buy something I'm telling you is worth $200,000 when it's only worth 50. So the appraiser who's working for you will verify all those things. Any property that's bought in the United States, you can look it up online. You can go to sites like Zillow.com or Redfin.com, type in the property that I want to sell you, and you'll verify if it's actually being sold, or it was sold long ago, or if it's not for sale. The advice that I have for the youth, especially in Uganda, when it comes to business or even real estate, either in Uganda or abroad, is make sure you do your due diligence. Don't buy property without a lawyer. Don't buy property that doesn't have a title. Always make sure that when it comes to paperwork, there's a paper trail. The most important thing, especially having a lawyer that's part of this transaction, is they'll do a title search. They'll look at the title and they'll go back 50 years just to make sure that the person who's selling you the property actually owns it.